Kevin Gates is allegedly out here hinting at why he dumped Britney faster than a spiritual detox, and all signs are pointing back to none other than Miss Dreka herself.
I don't like this bullshit, okay? All right, I don't like this bullshit. So first of all, I already told you this wasn't gonna Didn't I say this shit wasn't gonna last? I think I gave it a year, didn't I? It's been 60 days since they have met, married, popped out on live stream, married, and divorced all in 60 days.
So let's rewind the clock just a bit. Now, we all know what happened on April 6th, right? I mean, I am talking about spring blooming, birds singing, and Kevin and Britney were out here doing what? Getting married in secret, y'all. No Instagram post, no soft launch, not even a blurry boomerang. Just a private ceremony filled with flowers, vibes, and what seemed like a whole lot of love, or so we thought. Fast forward not even 2 months later, and then, plot twist, May 28th rolls around and they're already divorced. Yes, divorced. That's 52 days. That's less time than it takes to binge Love is Blind, get emotionally invested, and scream at the screen when someone picks the wrong person. So what actually happened? Well, according to Britney, nothing scandalous, at least not on the surface. In a recent interview with Real 92.3, she calmly spilled all the jasmine green tea. We got married April 6th and divorced May 28th, she said, as casually as someone recapping their last trip to Trader Joe's.
You'd have to ask him.
Okay.
But we got married April 6th and divorced May 28th.
So you're divorced?
Yes.
Like, ma'am, that's not a vacation. That's a whole life event, but don't get it twisted. She's not out here crying in the car. In fact, Britney made it crystal clear. She followed her heart and has zero regrets. She said she gave that marriage 100%, left no crumbs on the plate, and walked away with her peace intact. And honestly, that's more than most people can say these days. Well, at least that's what people had been saying online. Because of this, fans are also curious what Kevin has to say about the divorce. Now, she's in her 90-day waiting period. If you know your Islam 101, you know that's called Ida, a time where there's no dating, no flirting, no hugging, no nothing.
But there is a 90-day waiting period in Islam where it's basically you have 90 days to see if you're pregnant because then he would be responsible, right? And then also in those 90 days, it's for reconciliation because Allah wants you to stay married.
Just a full-on emotional detox. Take it as a sacred pause to reflect, heal, and maybe even consider reconciliation, if that's what's meant to be. But from the looks of it, Britney's not about to spin the block, because let's talk about the glow-up. Fans pointed out how she pulled up to the BET Awards solo, head held high, hijab flowing, and energy radiating like she just deleted every toxic ex's number from her phone. She even said, "I just don't feel like a circus animal anymore, and if that ain't healing energy, I don't know what is."
Peace. I feel so content. And I just don't feel like a circus animal anymore. So people don't have to respect it. They don't have to like it. I understand people used to jerk off to my pictures and they miss seeing my ass cheeks and all that other stuff. And I have a gorgeous head of hair. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like, the soul always wants.
At this point, people are saying that she decided that there's no more performing for the crowd. No more bending into pretzels to fit someone else's vibe. She's launching a whole new podcast about love and relationships, pouring into herself and reclaiming her voice without waiting for someone else to give her the mic. But y'all, we still have to talk about the Kevin-sized elephant in the room. Why did Kevin Gates end this marriage so fast? Because right around the time the 52-day whirlwind marriage ended, Kevin started posting some things that had fans doing double takes. We're talking cryptic captions about loyalty, real love, and, you guessed it, Dreka. Yes, Dreka Gates. His longtime partner, spiritual twin flame, co-parent, and the woman he once said he'd build an empire with. They fasted together and meditated together. Basically, their bond was deep, real deep.
A man who's still legally married to Dreka, a man who has a whole starter family in Louisiana and a history of jumping on the internet talking about drinking women's bodily fluids in interviews. You pick him? And also, you knew that he still has feelings for Dreka. And do you know how I know that you know? Because we knew that he still has feelings for Dreka.
So now fans are convinced he never really let Dreka go, that Britney might have been a rebound, or a spiritual experiment. One that looked cute in theory, but didn't survive real-world application. Some even think Dreka may have pulled up with that energy like, "Boy, if you don't bring your sage-burning self back home," and Kevin said, "Yes, ma'am," and honestly, that tracks. Also, y'all know how the internet works. The conspiracy theories are flying left and right. Some people think the marriage was doomed from the start, that Kevin knew this was temporary, that maybe he needed Britney for a chapter, not a lifetime. And while that sounds cold, sometimes the truth burns hotter than all that spiritual sage he keeps burning. So what do you think? Was it true love that just ran its course? Or did Kevin Gates realize he was never really done with Dreka in the first place? Okay guys, the streets are talking because allegedly, Yo Gotti might just be expecting a baby. Not with Angela Simmons, but with his side chick.
Don't Yo Gotti got like 10 kids though? And Wasn't he like a chronic womanizer?
Yep, you heard that right. Mr. It Goes Down in the DMs might have let it go all the way down with someone who is definitely not his main. And let me tell you, Angela, she is not having it. So let's get into the mess because it's juicy. We all know Yo Gotti has been publicly thirsting after Angela Simmons since, like, forever. He literally manifested her through lyrics, flowers, and gifts. The man even said in a whole song, "I got a crush on Angela Simmons." And for a minute, it looked like the fairy tale had finally come true. Angela gave him a shot, and they were posted up on vacation in matching outfits and glowing like a good IG filter. The fans were living for it. But then, rumors started flying in like pigeons in New York. Allegedly, Gotti couldn't keep his eyes or his hands to himself. Word on the street was he had a little nurse boo on the side. And y'all, it didn't stop there. According to insiders, that same side chick, yes, the alleged nurse, is now pregnant. And guess who the baby daddy is supposed to be? That's right, it's allegedly Yo Gotti. After all the flowers, Birkin bags, and $500,000 birthday gifts he showered Angela with, he might have gone and slipped up big time. And let's not act brand new. Angela has allegedly dealt with this kind of mess from Gotti before. From what folks are saying, this ain't even the first time he's stepped out. Rumors of Gotti cheating go back to 2023, when Gossip of the City dropped some tea about him being spotted at the Aria Hotel in Vegas with, you guessed it, the nurse.
That he was allegedly caught in some compromising positions with an ex-nurse boo bae. And I know you lying.
Now, at the time, they tried to play it cool, said they were on a break and all that. But come on, ain't nobody buying that storyline in 2025? Fans were already suspicious, and now this baby news just made it even messier. But here's where it gets spicier. Some folks are saying that this nurse boo might have been in the picture before Angela ever gave Gotti a chance. So if that's true, then what even was this relationship? A PR stunt? A distraction? Because it's giving serious double-life energy. And get this, when Angela allegedly found out about the pregnancy, she did not keep it cute. Word is, she went off and even wrecked some of Gotti's stuff. I mean, after giving this man a second chance, standing by him through cheating rumors, and even whisperings of him being tied up in street drama, this is the thanks she gets? So, her reaction is totally understandable. Let's not forget, Angela already said she wasn't about that Ryko life.
A lot of things are going on.
Yeah,
he might be indicted on the RICO.
And he don't want to bring her down. And
he might be indicted on the RICO.
No, definitely. Yeah.
I think that's coming down the line.
Yeah. So I could see, all right, we gonna
slide. Or it could be, this could be already orchestrated, and this is like, they're just finally doing this to push her.
She ain't got time to be wrapped up in no street scandals or courtroom sagas. And with rumors swirling that the feds have been watching Yo Gotti and his circle, Angela was smart to pack her things and bounce before it got uglier. Now, fans are split. Some are saying she should have never taken him back after the first scandal. Others are like, she held it down and he still played her? Either way, it's not looking good for Gotti right now, because if this baby rumor turns out to be true, it's going to be a whole PR disaster. But let's be real, this ain't even just about Angela. It's about Yo Gotti moving like a man who forgot he spent 7 years trying to win this woman over, only to throw it all away for someone on the side? Like, sir, you wrote an entire love song about her, and now you're allegedly out here getting another woman pregnant? Fans are totally confused. And the side chick? Oh, she's reportedly keeping the baby, allegedly. No gender reveal needed, because the drama already revealed everything. Now listen, this is still all alleged, and nothing has been confirmed by Gotti himself. But when there's this much smoke in the air, there's usually fire. And right now, the streets are basically in flames. So, did Yo Gotti really fumble the bag and the baddie? And is Angela finally done for good this time? What do y'all think?